Northwestern University, Chicago, USA. He is founder of Whistleblower Theater Group. And today, our topic of discussion is Anti-caste theater in Gujarat, sharing my experiences with the Whistleblower Theater Group. Thank you so much. I invite Sir to please take the lead. Thank you. Maulikraj, sir, are you there?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I think he has some network issue. He's connecting and then. I'm sorry for the network issue, everyone. He'll be joining soon. Okay, till I request you all to please keep muted. If you have any questions, if any thought come to your mind during his speech, kindly write it down, or you can put your questions in the chat box. After the speech, I'll take your question. So stay muted and you can ask question by unmuting yourself after his guest speaker lecture. Thank you, everyone.
Is he in the waiting room? He's joining again.
No, he is actually not in the waiting room.
Oh, okay.
I think
Waiting room. He is not also muted.
Yeah.
unmute, but there's some network issue, I guess. It's not on the camera.
Yeah, Maulik, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
He's trying to connect his audio.
Oh, I see.
Now he's connected.
Yeah.
Maulik, I think you can turn off your video if the network is not good. Then we can hear you clearly. Yes. Maybe due to the bandwidth issue there.
Yes, please go.
Yeah.
Please go ahead, Maulik. Please.
Okay, so whenever these online glitches come, I'm sorry for this, but I hope you all stay connected and wait patiently. We all are here to learn. So kindly wait. Thank you.
Yeah. Now I think, I can hear you, Shraddha.
I think you can proceed on Maulik.
Please speak, we can hear you.
Oh, no, I don't know how.
Maulikraj, please go ahead. We already introduced.
Okay.
The quick introduction is already been done. So you can go
Okay.
ahead and share your thoughts.
Okay, fine. So now, am I audible, sir?
Yes, fine. Yeah. can hear you.
Fine. Okay. Yeah, sorry. First of all, good morning, good evening, good night, everything, and Jai Bhim to all. I'm so excited and delighted to be here on the platform of very own Anna. Uh, yeah, so today I'm going to talk about anti-caste theater in Gujarat, and specifically our theater group's activity and how it formed, and what kind of challenges we faced, and and there are some hope and possibilities through anti-caste theater in in Gujarat and in India. So we are just like trying to make this our world better through theater and performance. So I'm going to share my screen. Uh, yeah, just a minute.
Fine. We probably need to give you the courses. You are already. Yeah? Please.
Sorry, can I
Yes,
share my
you can
screen?
share it.
Okay. Just- Is there is no option for sharing. It is not visible for me.
So is it not next to the chat?
No,
Escape the
I
screen.
don't.
I'll be able to see at the bottom.
Settings.
So what you can do, Maulik, you can turn up your video and see that
Okay.
option comes in because of the bandwidth sometimes. Yeah. Now, yeah,
Yeah,
now
I
you can
just
share it.
turn it off my video.
Yeah.
Folks can share a whiteboard.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't see that option.
No, you cannot.
Uh, uh, Vasnik sir, is there screen or anyone can share? Because I couldn't see any option to share my screen here.
Host, do you want to give him the privilege to still share the screen?
Yeah.
I think he's probably
Uh-huh.
He
Yeah,
is a
I can
co-host.
share.
You might be able to just like escape the screen a little bit, So once you lower it, you may be able to see at the bottom, there's a share screen.
Yeah, I escaped that and. mm,
Do you see at the bottom share screen? You should be able to see icon in the middle.
No, there's just there's mute, then video, then security, then participants, then chat, then record, whiteboards, reactions, settings, more, and yeah, there's nothing else. Like, and in more, there's just one instruction is like stop video. So there's
Okay,
no
try now. See if this happens, and I made you
host. Okay. Nope. Can I share the link of
Yeah,
where
you can
to
share
go
it.
to?
You should be able to. So
Yeah,
try,
yeah,
if you may request the share screen rights, that might help you.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you get the options? Requesting share screen or no?
Maulik, please share your PPT. I will share it from here.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Please share it to,
Yeah.
please go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. I shared my PPT.
Can you try now, Maulik? See if that happens with you. No.
No, no,
No.
there is no changes in the slides, but yeah, I can share my PPT to Vasnik sir or Anna email.
Either is fine. You can just share it, and I will send it from here. Either any email. So, maybe the Maulik, where are you located now? Are you in the Gujarat or in Maharashtra?
Yes, yes. Right now I'm in Aurangabad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm traveling and okay. I just sent my PPT to Anna email.
Okay, no problem. In the meantime, you can go ahead and talk briefly.
Yeah,
What is your work,
sure.
other things,
Yeah.
and we'll put it back.
Okay. Yeah, I can share. Yes, Shraddha, I can share my PPT to uh, the chat as well. If they allow me for this. No, I think I can't.
It's okay. Once we get the PPT, we'll
Fine.
share. You can go ahead and
Yeah.
discuss
So
about your work.
sorry for. Yes. So right now I'm in Aurangabad and I'm just meeting people who are theater practitioners and anti-caste theater practitioners of Maharashtra, and this field work of my. I don't know if it could be like convert into my PhD or not, but I'm just trying to understand the Dalit theater practice and anti-caste theater practice of India. And it started from Maharashtra. We all know about it and how. Uh, so yeah, I'm just tracing the history of. Yes, I can see the PPT now. Yeah, thank you so much. So Mahesh sir is operating this, right? Okay. Yes. So yeah, this is first slide. Yeah, you can just change next, sir. Uh, can you just change this slide, please? So this is Anti-caste theater in Gujarat, and I'm sharing my experiences with Whistleblower Theater Group. So yeah, we all know like how like in whole like in our whole world and like caste discrimination and caste atrocity cases are increasing day by day, uh, and we all are like facing this issue not only in India but outside of India, and we all are struggling and fighting against the caste system. So yeah, these are some important cases, and there are many more, but I just put it here to just to recognize the how caste atrocities and casteism happen in everyday life. Next, please. Next, please. Yeah. So we all know how important Fule couple is in our movement, and but here specifically, when it comes to Dalit theater and anti-caste theater, we couldn't like we can't forget like very important contribution of Jyotiba Phule, and this is like first play through Ratna. and there are like lot of controversy about the first Marathi play. We like so there are like Dalit theater history has like claim that Phule is the first uh, playwright of modern India who has written Trutiya Ratna, and but there are some counter narratives which is developed later to counter um the legacy of Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, and they said that there is a Brahmin writer called Bhave, and who has written a first play. So we all know about this, but Trutiya Ratna is very important play, not in just terms of Phule has written a first play, but this play itself recognizing a very important strategy of upper caste Brahmins, how they make us fool in our everyday life by using various kinds of strategies, by and in the name of religion, in the name of God, in the name of soul, and Sule and Fule has literally shown like a map to or like all of us by writing Trutiya Ratna. So we celebrated Jyotiba Phule's anniversary 3 years back by celebrating Trutiya Ratna, reading Trutiya Ratna play in Hindi in Gujarat, and these are like two photographs of the performance, and people have listened Trutiya Ratna, and then we have interacted with people, and we've literally found out like Phule has written this play in 18th century, and still like the same strategy these people upper caste people use to make us fool and to make us slave. So it is so in Maharashtra, most of the Dalit theatre companies has performed through Ratna, but outside of Maharashtra, there is very less representation of Trutiya Ratna performance. So yeah, we did this, and can you just next, please? And that's why we announced 11th April as World Anti-caste Theatre Day, and we are just like try to celebrate Phule's important contribution in theatre as well. So yeah, on 29 September 2016, we have founded Whistleblower Theatre Group, and these are some of the important faces of Whistleblower Theatre. There is a play called Urfe Alo, which has Urfe Alo. So Urfe Alo means Aka give me. So basically, this play is like mainly talks about the manual scavenging, and we all know like how manual scavenging field and the work of manual scavenging has like 99% reservation, where you cannot see any other people. It is just dedicated to lower caste, specifically Valmiki community of India. They serve in cleaning, sweeping, in manual manual scavenging. So this play mainly raised the issues of not only just how manual scavenging is killing us by daily in our everyday life, but the next generations and the dreams of and the desires of Dalit youth are also died in these gutters. So this play, we just try to um, collaborate many narratives to make this play. So in my right side, in your the photo of Dinesh Bhai Waghela, who is Dinesh Kaka is very important figure in my life. I met him in my college, like nearby my college, Shri HK Arts College, where he is like he just retired from his work, and he was sweeper of that road which is just besides of our college. And in his free time, he usually sit on the footpath, on the street, or nearby the tree, and he play flute for himself. So yeah, I know there are some incidents where people understood him as a beggar, and some people also like offer him money. But Dinesh Kaka was like, no, I'm playing this flute for myself. And when I got like many conversations with him, I found out there's a lot of discrimination, uh, not only in the society, but there's very uh, like lack of respect to him in his own house. So like his like childrens are like, sometimes they are not introducing him as because Dinesh Kaka is affiliated with cleaning work. So he frustrate, like he like talked about it many times. And then this like Dinesh Kaka's narratives and his stories, and the statistics of how last year in Ahmedabad city there were 68 people died in manual scavenging in gutter. And like all of them are coming from the different lower caste group of Gujarat. So yeah, it combines. And I've written the play called Urfe Alo. And like we did more than 80 shows of this play. And yeah, in this play, like people also saw that we we um, like put Ambedkar's statue, Ambedkar bust on stage. So this is like very first time. I haven't I right now I'm searching and reading about Dalit theater, but I couldn't find any play who has Baba Sahib's statue on stage. So yeah, it like, and whenever we like travel with this statue, like the stories behind this, like people reacted to, like we are traveling with the statue to in train, in auto rickshaws, and people literally like there are a lot of incidents. So there's one incident, one where we were traveling with Baba Sahib statue from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, and in train. And there are like some like there are a lot of passengers, and whenever they see Baba Sahib, uh, some people literally give like respect to the statue, but there are people who do not like us. We are, because we are like like handling the statue of Baba Sahib, and we are traveling with that. So yeah, there are a lot of incident when um, Masiba, like transgender auntie, they come to us, and when they were like they're demanding some money, but when they saw Baba Sahib statue, they like literally gave us 10 rupees. And they literally offer like respect to Baba Sahib statue, and we all were shocked at that time. So yeah, get next. So there are a lot of incidents, not just on stage or during the performance, but before the performance, during the rehearsals, there are a lot of incidents happen by making these performances. So these anti-caste theaters help us a lot to understand society. And uh, these two paintings are made by Jignesh Bhai Parmar. And Jignesh Bhai is manager in one bank of Gujarat. But and when he watched her play Urfe Alo, and he literally stunned by watching this performance. And in the same night he made these two paintings. And and the next day he came to us, like, and he just like show both the paintings to us, and we were like, oh. and then Jignesh Bhai, like how he has transformed after watching this play. He talked about that. He Jignesh Bhai told us that after this, like he became president of SCST cell of his bank, and he worked very committedly, like very actively in his bank for the welfare of SCST employees of his bank. So, yeah, next, please. So yeah, I'm just trying to share different kinds of stories during of the plays. Next, uh, next play is a solo performance. मैं घास हूँ, I am a grass, and it's a play which is performed by Palkesh Agrawal and then Nilesh Parmar. It's a solo performance of 1 hour. Next, please. It's a solo performance of like 1 hour solo performance. It started with after Rohit Vemula's suicide, an institutional murder of Rohit in Hyderabad Central University, and we were just rehearsing for our another play, and when we got the news, we read previous please. Uh, Previous one. Yeah. So when we got the news about Rohit, and like most of the medias are portraying Rohit Vemula's suicide letter, and the letter itself impacted uh, our anti-caste theater movement, anti-caste movement, and uh, it is very certain decision. In just 2 or 3 days we performed uh, like just 5 minute performance of Rohit's suicide letter. And after understanding the movement of like student movement which appraised after um, Rohit's institutional murder, we perform 1 hour solo performance on Rohit's Facebook statuses, and that is very popular book, edited book of Nikhila Henry, and like she has collected all the Facebook statuses of Rohit Vemula, and after understanding, after reading the like after reading the Facebook statuses of Rohit, we literally understand how Rohit uh, like have like thought at that time, and how he has like shifted from uh, like left to Ambedkarite, and what kind of issues happen at that time. So we performed like that solo performance called Meghasu, and it is in different institutes of India, including JNU and TIS Mumbai, and like students literally cried after hugging performers Palkesh and Nilesh. They literally see themselves, because a lot of issues what Rohit has faced at that time, we all are still facing in different ways in different campuses of India. So yeah, so after that, uh, yeah, this photo is just a one rehearsal picture, and this is like impact of uh, like it's our process, and we all like shared food together, and like how caste system sustain by not sharing food together, and like still people discriminate us by like what kind of food culture we have. And so in our theater process, we always like food together. And there is like one incident where upper caste student he declined to eat with us because one of the person has eggs in his um, um, with him. And so like, and there are a lot of quarrels happen at that time. Like he didn't even want to participate in the theater. But after that, like day by day, when he became like part of the group, and when we performed the anti-caste play, unvaccinable, at that time, he literally changed. And after a month, he came to us, and he felt that what kind of privilege he has, and how it changed. So it is not just in our theater. There are different caste group people, different caste group students participate in us. So in this is also a rehearsal picture. And he talks about, like, in this picture, we just gave the visuals of Manusmriti. And yes, and there is also a very important incident happened where the performer is also coming from the priestly with the Brahmin caste, and he performed the character of Manu. And when he performed the character of Manu, and after, like, when we have completed the show of Unvaccinable play, he texted me when I was in Chicago that thank you for making me Manu. And how I understand what kind, like, how Manu is violent. And like, I'm also like tracing the same privilege and legacy for many years. And this process of the play changed me a lot. And, like, yeah, even he talked with his family about the caste system, and lot of like resistance in his family happened after the play. So yeah, this is also a very similar example where we performed Ghodiyano Vesh, the show of Cradle, where we talked about the problem of in Adivasi areas where the government funded armed force, and the armed force which is generated within the community, how, like, both the conflict between right and left, how it impacts to the tribal identity, and how the common people of tribals, how they suffer within the conflicts of right and left. So that play also, the performer of Adivasi women also comes from the privileged community, and she also faced a lot of resistance in her house, um, because of she wore the costume of Adivasi women. And on stage, when her parents saw her in Adivasi costume, um, they literally felt different. And in the later days, she talked to us that how they like, they try to keep her away from the theater group. And yeah, she's right now she's not she's working, she's working for she's not part of our group recently. So yeah, and after that, I just want to conclude with one important event of my life, that when I was when I was in Chicago, and I found out that like our theater group, yeah, please skip on this. I found out that our theater group Whistleblower is making a performance, a new performance without me. So that was very I was so happy that this is this has happened. And the play called Black and White, written and directed by Mehul Maitrak. So I'm literally, I feel so honored that I can make this impact to the next generation. And this whole process is not just limited to a person, but it is a movement. And that black and white play also talks about how education system is how education system and the academics of India is casteist, and how the whole caste like caste education also imbibe in the syllabuses of Indian academics, and the play of black and white crack that notion. There is one education thought of Baba Sahab and one education thought of Manu, and we need the education uh, of Baba Sahab. So this play conclude with this, and I'm so proud with all the new team members of Whistleblower who did that important intervention in Gujarati theatre. And there are some more street plays, photographs of our team members. They perform with participating in different social movements and with NGOs. So yeah, we are doing this kind of theater uh, in Gujarat, and there are a lot of other Dalit theater practitioners, writers like Dalpat Chauhan sir, who has written many plays, and Harish Mangalam, and there are a lot of different writers, many writers who has written Gujarati Dalit theater, Dalit plays, but who talks about anti-caste issues, but anti-caste they follow anti-caste legacy, but shockingly um, you cannot find performances of that place. So they are just a book, a script, and nobody, there is no director who dare to perform that scripts. So it is very, you can see how Gujarati theater is casted itself. Like they are not like touching the script which is written by the playwright. So they literally practice untouchability to Dalit playwrights who write that plays. So and after that, I also want to mention Budan Theatre. They did they work with denotified tribes, and they perform um, the issues of how denotified tribes uh, is not part of the mainstream cultural or socio-political scenario. So yeah, so this kind of theater, and like we are still growing and learning. And after that, when we were working and practicing this theater, I found out this playwrights and the review and critiques of Gujarati theaters, they don't write about us, and it forced me to shift myself as playwright and director of one anti-caste theater group from practice to theory. And that's why I've decided to shift from theater like practice to scholarship, uh, to write about Dalit theater and anti-caste theater, who 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 is countering the narratives of from beginning from the Natya Shastra in Sanskrit theater and Indian modern theater. And um, so yeah, and this presentation is also part of that. Yes, I think I'm done. Yes, Jaiveer.
Thank you so much, Maulikraj. It was a really great, nice performance. And we know how Dr. Baba Sahib always appreciated the art and how he promoted it. Uh, I really thanks you and I appreciate. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, if anybody has any question, you can proceed. Please, if anybody has any questions, unmute yourself. Okay.
Yeah, if you have any question, then you can write on in the chat or you can speak. Yeah.
You shared how people transform after watching the art. What's your personal take on it? I mean, can you share your any personal experience which it's always fresh in your mind whenever you go on stage? Is there anything which is really connected?
Uh, yeah. Yes. Whenever, like, in my childhood, uh, I converse a lot to my father, and my father was also participated in like leftist theater movement at that time. He was mill worker, and he was working. Um, he was also like working and participating in leftist theater movement at that time. So he met Safdar Hashmi, and they also performed a play with him. So in my childhood, I like listening. I've listened a lot about theater, political theater, and how it impact to the audience and the performers who perform that plays. So this the stories of my father, and the impact of theater is it always it's with me. And whenever I do theater, whenever I write play, I always like think on that notion that how we can transform people through performing a play. And this is very later discovery that I found out that it is not just like change or social change happen in the audience, but it's a self transformation process. And I am like I myself a best example of transformation through theater. Like I was like I was in the Gujarati medium school from my beginning. And um, I was not ready to like even think about to go outside abroad and to learn and get like a PhD degree from US. So yeah, and this theater practices helped me a lot. To I was not confident enough. I'm like I still have a lot of uh, inferiority complex in me. And like whenever I see a new place or a place like Crossword, like I literally feel like if I will go inside and somebody literally like screw me, or if they will not allow me, then what? So this is like constant inferiority complex in my mind that I can't do this. And it comes with this historical oppression, right? And when I like started doing theater as backstage artist, and then the actor, and then writer and director, I felt that confidence in me that I can do that. And like even in my theater workshop, I like most of the people who are participating in the workshop, they all are coming from the different marginalized groups. And like after the 6 or 7 or 8 years of practice, I can see the change in the practitioners, like how they are confident to talk about their problems. And yeah, so I am the best example for that. And yeah, I always carry that transformation notion with me. Yeah, thank you for raising this. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because um, the things we learn in childhood, they actually put a I mean, great impact on your memory. Now, next question is coming to you from Megha. So, Megha, please go ahead.
Mhm.
Hi, Maulik.
Hi.
Uh, your presentation was really good. I have a question. You've shown that cleaning work and all. I have seen your video as well, where you said some methane air is there, and I will burn everything and all.
Oh, yeah.
So, so I just want to know, like, if robots will be placed for doing all the cleaning work, have we created employment for our own community people? We did not create, we as a community, we are not connected. If I want to reach you after this call, maybe I will not be able to reach you. And what I noticed when I went
No,
that
you can reach
Padmanabha
me. Yeah,
temple,
you can reach me.
I'm not sure Anna will provide your contact number to me. I'm not sure. So
Okay.
I am saying, like, when I went to Padmanabha temple, what I noticed, they have given a stage to their community people for art, for singing, for dancing. The temple was so huge; it was very, very big, and they give lot of importance to their people. They are definitely casteist, but I just went to see what exactly happens inside that, because that temple was in news for having lots of money inside that. They have 3 big rooms and some 3 doors are there, and some case was there. So I thought to see. And I must say, I was so impressed by their management. Seriously, they love their community like a combined family. But our community, I'm not seeing that love for our own people, you know. I'm very sensitive, so I would give some suggestions to other people. And what I understood during my school time, when Brahmin lady very straight away she's asked me, how many children you are in your family? I said 5, and her prompt reaction was like, you people can have as many children as you wish, but we Brahmins are very strict. You know, we are instructed not to have more than 2 children during 90s, and it actually started during 70s. So we as a community, we are not connected. We don't have meetings. We don't even know that Brahmins had a meeting for family planning, that too in 70s. They had 10, 12 children before that. But after that, internally, they had a meetings and they instructed their people, if jobs are not there, there is no use of having more children in families. And they listen it, you know. When I said to our people, lots of argument, you know, lot of argument of people, they don't listen. Their attitude is like, our Baba Sahib did everything for us. We don't need to listen you. We can have as many children as we wish. So it is very difficult to come up. And what Brahmins read is like, they Astha is very much required for dana, you know. And if I'm giving any suggestion will come to me like, you do something. So I'm working in software. I have lots of work. I cannot take a personal loan to uplift this big community. It is practically not possible. And what that Padmanabha temple or other big temples have done, they make people reach that temple. And if 2 lakh people are also coming, and 1 rupee also they are giving, they are getting 2 lakhs. So it's a big amount. It looks like 1 rupee is very small, but when many people are coming and visiting, they are getting lots of money. So even we are also, if 2 lakh people are giving 100 rupees, 2 crore rupees will be there in one Buddha Vihara. We don't have that kind of culture in us. Someone will answer me now like, Gautam Buddha said, we should not, Bhanteji should not work and all. But Padmanabha temple, all Pandits are working. So because Gautam Buddha said like they should not work, so they are not working. So, but how that temple or other temples are working, they're investing that money on their children for arts. So it is helping their people. And what our people are doing, like talking about Brahmins and all, it will not make any difference, you know. They don't care about us. They have their own life. Manusmriti and all is not our religious book and all. Our religious book is yet to be written, you know. Someone has, see, that is just a story. It's a mythological story. It's just a script, I would say. So our script, no one is writing from scratch with new characters, something very, very interesting. That replacement is not coming. So on television, everywhere, their stories are only coming. अभी हमारा आर्ट चालू ही नहीं हुआ है. अभी तो स्क्रैच पे किसी ने लिखा ही नहीं है. वो उसका बहुत इंतजार है, पता है, क्योंकि अभी हल्दीराम को कोई रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं है. अदरवाइज उनके प्रोडक्ट में कुछ भी उतना कुछ खास नहीं है, इफ यू टेस्ट इट. बट देयर इज नो रिप्लेसमेंट. सो मनुस्मृति एंड ऑल वी आर टॉकिंग, एंड हमारे लोग हर जगह पे ब्राह्मणिज्म एंड ऑल का इतना बोल रहे हैं, बट बोलने से क्या होगा? रिप्लेसमेंट लाना पड़ेगा. So someone has to write. We need to work on creative work. Creative heads है ही नहीं. और मेरी कुछ और लोगों से भी बात हुई फ्लाइट पे भी. I luckily connected with some people, और उनका यही बोलना था कि हमारे लोग बोलने ही नहीं देते. आप एक पॉइंट बोलेंगे, उसके बाद में उनका ऐसा रहेगा कि आप लोन ले लो, आप ही ये करो, आप ही वो करो. सो इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट विदाउट बीइंग कनेक्टेड, और सबको मिलकर एक साथ करना है, क्योंकि ये मेरी अकेली की कम्युनिटी नहीं है, ये हम सबकी कम्युनिटी है. तो अगर हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे लोगों को क्लीनिंग के जॉब से हमको हटाना है, वी नीड टू वर्क एक्सट्रीमली हार्ड. और हमको एक सिंगल प्लेस पर मनी कलेक्ट करके उनके लिए एम्प्लॉयमेंट रेडी करना ही पड़ेगा. अगर हमने उनका एम्प्लॉयमेंट रेडी नहीं किया, हम सिर्फ ये बोलते ही रहेंगे कि ये हो रहा है, बट ये स्टॉप नहीं होगा, क्योंकि वो अपने बच्चों के लिए सब कर रहे हैं, हम अपने बच्चों के लिए कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं. सो दैट क्रिएटिविटी इज वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड टू जनरेट एम्प्लॉयमेंट. हमको वहाँ पर काम करने की बहुत ज़रूरत है. एंड ऑटोमेशन हर जगह आ गया है, So
Meghaji,
automation
sorry to
washrooms
interrupt,
maybe.
Meghaji, but if you don't mind to be on the specific topic, if you can ask the
Yeah.
question, Monica, that will be great. We understand what you are talking about, but please be specific. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead. What is your question, Monica, on the particular topic?
Hello.
Yeah, my point is like give your context so that creative heads can connect together and we can
Yeah.
generate the employment for our people. Thank you.
Definitely, we will share your contact. He already shared his contact on the chat window. So definitely you can contact him offline.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Meghaji, we do understand your question time to time, but also we need to start something and taking the lead on this call. So that will also be great if everybody can their best. We appreciate your taking the lead on this call. Thank you. Praveen, please go ahead. Next question.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Praveen. I'm calling from Mumbai. And I really want to say thank you to the Maulik for choosing a very powerful, the tool basically to reach out to the community. However, at the same time, I would like to join. See, from history, we know that this all art and performing art. It's basically our legacy. I have been heard from my parents and then grandparents that all this the natak and tamashas and then shahiris and all those performing arts were actually coming from our own communities. But later on, due to this severe impact of this Sanskritization, our community were the highly stigmatized, and they couldn't able to resist or sustain these arts in our community. Now the same art has been taken up by the upper caste and then Brahmin communities. So there is a complete kind of the 360-degree switch over in the performing arts. So I'm very glad that you are actually entering into this mode. What I would like to not recommend or suggest, but what I would like to say that when we say that we are not getting enough talent, or we don't have that kind of emotional basically intelligent, or the people who can come forward and then the portray these characters in front of the people. It's because we are not actually giving a counter to this stigmatization process. Rather, we should hamper on how it can become a pride for us. The journey from the stigmatization to the pride, the seeking the pride that this is our legacy, this is our history, this is our the talent basically, the which comes and then pass on through the generation to generation. If we have this kind of approach, then we will certainly get the content, we certainly get the people, we certainly get even the positive environment also to raise any kind of issues at any level. In Maharashtra, I am seeing very closely now this the caste atrocities are coming in a various forms, like with the nataks and movies, and even now daily the television shows also, they are softly addressing this issue. Most of this the comedians and then the TV shows, actually they are coming from a scheduled caste background nowadays. The Maharashtrachi Hasi Jatra, and then Chala Hava Yeudya. These are very famous TV shows right now in Maharashtra, and more than 50% people are coming from basically Buddhist and then very well from our community. So they don't actually hesitate to address those issues also. So I think societies are changing, mindsets are changing. We may have a long way to go, but I think we should take it more positively and then hampering more on the positive as a pride of our community, rather than getting more into the stigmatization processes. Thank you.
Praveen sir, I really appreciate what you said, but I'm requesting everybody, we don't have time. Can we please keep our question very short so that Maulikraj can actually answer to all of you? Please, I request. Thank you. He is sharing his contact so that we can connect with him later. I really appreciate Megha and Praveen for asking the question, for taking the lead and discussing. But please, everybody has a share to speak, and we have a limited time. So please keep your question short. Satynath sir, do you have any question? You want to speak to Maulikraj and ask question?
I just want to respond a little bit.
Yeah, please go on.
Yeah, yes, it's very important to generate counter or new narratives, and it's like our constant efforts. We by theater, by performance, by scholarship, we all like involved in this way to the anti-caste movement. We always try to generate or we reclaim, we reaffirm our history or narratives, and yeah, and yeah, I'm also like following very similar method, because this is anti-caste method, this is Ambedkarite method. So yeah, and at the same time I also feel that it is very important to recognize and show the actual reality on stage, so people can like understand, people can see. Because like in many times, like after like our play Urfe Alo, which is on the menu scavenging, like I got response from people that I haven't seen people who work in gutter. And it's very first time, like after watching this play, I see people on street. I can, my eyes turn into that people who work in gutter. So this is like completely invisibilization of the manual scavenging work, which is which is like most of the lower caste people are part of that. So it is very important to to recognize that labor, which is practiced and which is performed by our people. And and how, like and then only you can talk about the problems of which is involved by performing that labor on street. So yeah, and so like sometimes we just by countering their narratives, we miss the actual representation, and it is equally important because um, like people do not want to talk about caste. They always try to hide, they always try to invisibilize the the caste system, and they always try to like not to talk about caste in their daily life. So it is very important to um, talk about caste, to show your caste, and then not practice the pride or the the exploitation or excommunication or like exclusion to others. That is very important. So yeah, this is like just a response, and we are practicing that. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for answering the question. Vivek sir has a question. Please ask the question.
Yes, yes. Jai Bhim, Maulikraj.
Jai Bhim, Jai Bhim.
Thank you for being a guest and sharing the interesting part of the story. I wanted to highlight upon the last slide that you showed, which says "Gulamala Gulamachi Janiv Karun Dya, म्हणजे तो पेटू घटेल." And so with that, I wanted to ask you this question. We are in the we are celebrating 76th India's independence. Do you still feel in the Amrit Kal, which is the era of elixir, that our community, or maybe for that matter, the Indians, are still under this slavery in the independent India? And if that is the case, how and why has the government in the independent India has failed to uplift the society to the extent where that we have freed from the British rule, yet we have become a slave in the independent country. And for that matter, that our community has been affected the most. Do you still see that the people from our community has not recognized that they are still slave?
Mhm. Yes, yes, yes. It's very important to recognize. Yeah, I was just talking the same earlier, and it is, and thank you for connecting the dots with uh, slavery and Fule's idea. Yes, it is. I literally like I feel that we are still not free. And when I use we, it is uh, like all Bahujan and all suppressed genders are also part of that, and we all are facing a lot of restrictions, and we are not free to speak, we are not free to perform our thoughts. There are a lot of hesitation when you are traveling on in like train or in bus with strangers. You cannot like loudly speak Jai Bhim on call. You have always that hesitation that if somebody like identify or recognize कि ये तो जय भीम वाला है और ये तो जय भीम वाली है. So like this notion is like always suppress us, and this is not complete freedom what Buddha or Baba Sahib or Phule envision, and we are still on path of that. And yeah, also like denotified tribes and like ex-criminal tribes, they were not free at that time when we all were free. So they got like separate freedom after many years. And in like in Gujarat, like women still used to wear sari और उसके ऊपर घूमटा लगाते हैं यहाँ तक. Like, so this is not freedom, right? We are still practicing the like in the name of respect, in the name of the respect to patriarch of our family, we we practice the slavery to women in our house. They are always in the kitchen. Like there are a lot of men, and also like not in the Brahmin men or Rajput men, Dalit men also practice very like untouchability to the work in the kitchen, and they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to clean the utensils. And this is also slavery we practice in our in our own house. So yeah, we uh, and that's why we show that this kind of discriminatory practice on stage, and then we also counter like how you can escape, or how you can be free uh, from this slavery, from this discrimination, or from the unfreedom. So yeah, and this is Phule, this is Ambedkarite, and this is Buddhist, Navyana Buddhist practice. We also see lot of like unfreedom. Like when I was in like right now I'm traveling in different parts of Maharashtra, and I feel we have lot of impact of Hinduism in our Buddhist practice, in contemporary Buddhist practice. And when I like try to talk to the young people, and they felt like this is also part of tradition and we have to follow this. So we are also in our Buddhism practice also, we are making the like stagnancy and stereotype of our religion, which is not envisioned by Baba Sahib, which is more political, and which is more political philosophy rather than the like very Hinduized religious practices. So yeah, in future I'll make play on this. And this is also, I don't know how our people will react on it, but this is also part of our Ambedkarite movement. Yeah, thank you, Vivek bhai. This is very important dots for me to talk. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and follow-up question. I just wanted to reiterate the question about the community's upliftment. Why there's so much lack of interest in the people? The traditions, the practices they are doing. And the tradition, like in the employment kind of work. The bungis who run their scavenging job. The people in Maharashtra, like my parents did making a BD making business, and all that kind of traditional work which kind of carried on for generations to generations, right, for living. I think after the independence, since 1950, we can say, at least for that matter, where the Republic India has come in act, the opportunity for education has been there. It is not at the fullest form, but the people can still take it. But why? My question arises again, why the people are not taking the opportunities? for educating themselves and to get out of this suffering. I don't know how visible in today's time when we are seeing when the public schools are closed, whether it would be possible for them right now to avail the education that we did in the public school. So what do you see, through the art that you perform and the ground level that you work upon, what do you see the people's mindset?
Oh yeah. So yeah, in our traditional occupation, like most of the performing like entertaining communities are part of like they are lower caste, and the traditional occupation is like to entertain upper caste, to entertain and to make different kinds of performances. So like for example madaris, snake charmers. So I used to work with snake charmers in Gujarat, and I found out like people are trying to like because like snake has like after like wildlife protection act, snake charmers like can't perform with animals, and now they don't have their snakes with them. So um, so the Wildlife Protection Act, what they did, they in the name of Jeev Daya, or like maybe Jeev hai, animal rights, they couldn't see the humans who are the performers as Jeev. उनका कोई अस्तित्व ही नहीं रहा. And now like all the snake charmers of Gujarat, they are beggars. They are beggars. They are begging on the streets. So now they are not performers. So और ऐसा बहुत सारे कास्ट के साथ हो रहा है. It is like or not for like just wildlife protection act, but there are a lot of different kinds of act who kill the traditional occupation to the communities. So in like in one way we are also like trying to eradicate this traditional occupation, because it is imbibed with caste system. So in Gujarat, like after Una movement, like after the Una incident, atrocity incident, a lot of people who declare that they are not going to perform tanning and labor on streets. So it is very rebellious, but at the same time we have to demand sorry yeah, so we have to demand the displacement, like the another the replacement of that work from the manual scavenging or snake charming to some like something else, a very respected kind of job. So जब ब्रिज बनता है या रास्ता बनता है, तो वो डिस्प्लेस लोगों को लाइक कुछ मिलता है, पैसा मिलता है, घर मिलता है. जब इस तरीके के ऑक्यूपेशन शिफ्ट होते हैं, तो उसके सामने कोई डिस्प्लेसमेंट हमें नहीं मिलता है. सो वी ऑल्सो नीड टू डिमांड एंड वी मेक अकाउंटेबल टू गवर्नमेंट टू लाइक इस तरीके का कोई रिक्विजिशन हमें दे. या लॉट ऑफ थॉट्स. सो जो आ रहा है मैं बता रहा हूँ.
Thank you. Thanks for your answer. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Katina, sir, I'm so sorry. We are running out of time. We are very, very late. I request please connect with the next person.
Lena question.
I can't hear you. Please.
Excuse, I'm sorry. We are running out of time. So our session is done. You can ask him and you can text him personally. Thank you so much, everyone. I thank everyone from the beginning. Venerable Day, and then Patricia. I thank people Diane from Christian for Shama, Mayachana, and then Krantitai for moderating the kids' story and all the kids who participated, and today's presenter. Thank you so much, everyone, and special thanks to our guest, Maulikraj. We are really grateful and we are glad to have you. I hope you stay and we expect to see the great parts. Let's see how it goes. And all the best to you. And thank you so much for joining. Have a really nice day ahead. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Till next Sunday.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you, Mahesh Bhai, Vivek Bhai, and all ANA members. I also want to thank Akshay Jadhav. I'm sitting in his house, and because of him, I can I'm here because yeah. So yeah, thank you so much to all.